Good morning, everybody. Broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. Who is it? I'm Bill the Geek, broadcasting live from Morelia, Mexico. And this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel here on Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, in the middle of Mexico. Thanks for joining us this morning. Of course, as every Saturday morning when we go live, we have more information about places to visit. How's the peso doing? How can you live good in Mexico? That's what we talk about here in Mexico. I just want to start out the morning. Charles Williams couldn't make it today, but she just dropped in about 40 minutes ago and donated to the channel. Thank you so much, Char. You are such a blessing. We got Jamie, who is now in Montreal, in the city, living it up with the people. Oh, it's chilly in Montreal. Crazy weather. We got Nancy Trevina in the house. Yeah, we missed you last week, Nancy. Glad you could make it. And Marco is in the house. It's 46 degrees in the windy city. And I got to give it to Marco. Marco gave me so much information. His family is from Morelia. His parents left Morelia and headed to the United States when he was a kid. He's in his 50s now. And now he's getting near retirement, maybe to come back to Morelia. But he gave me a big list of cities to visit in the Morelia area. And then as I talked to taxi drivers and researched different information, Marco, I just got a God bless Marco for giving me all the information that you have thus far. It's been a lesson for me, and I can share what Marco has shared with me with you, and we're going to do some of that this morning. We got Katrina the Maker in the house, and looky who has showed up today. Kim is in the house. Buenos dias from SMA, and that means San Miguel Allende. San Miguel Allende. I think that's only like an hour and a half away from me. I got to check that place out again. And Cali State Job Coach is in the house. Your utility bills must be really low due to the fact that you're wearing. I tell you, does that save you some money, or do you just like, hey, Cali coach, I tell you, man, this weather is strange in Morelia. Early morning. Okay. So here it is 9 o'clock. It's a little chilly in the house. It's about 60 degrees outside, but it's a dry, chilly, so the weather goes right through you. In another 2 hours, I could walk around butt naked and sweat. But early morning, you got to put on some layers. Once 7 p.m. hits, you got to put on some layers. It's not freezing cold, but you got to put on some layers, coach. I tell you, I'm telling you the truth, but I still like it. And the air is still nice and clean. We got, who else is in the house? We got Rush Shrewsbury in the house. You're very welcome. Morelia and the surrounding area is amazing. Before I move ahead any further, I got to say thanks to all of the electricity gods, the internet gods, the computer gods, the camera gods, because everything is working. This morning, we got Holly back there in the background. She was out partying all night, drinking, taking the fentanyl. Look at her all passed out. She still thinks it's Christmas time. But anyway, all the cameras are working. Thank God. The audio's working. We got people in the house, and we have a lot of video clips to share with you this morning. Last week, I'm going to say about 2 months ago, the Mexico Relocation Guide contacted me, Mariana. They came out and they did an interview with me. It's about a 40-minute video. It was a fun video. Very nice people. Mariana is very professional. She's well known. And it ends up that her mother does a relocation guide. I think it's in Panama, the Panama Relocation Guide. I didn't know that. But anyway, I have put a link to that video in the description below. It says Mexico Relocation Guide interviews Bill Dallas. So I have a bunch of information to share with you this morning. A lot is going on, but let's go right next to Stefan. Ola, Stefan, thank you so much for donating those Canadian dollars to the channel so I can keep on traveling. I'm trying to go somewhere every week. I've had breakfast with Stefan when I was in Mazatlan, him and his son. Come on down, Stefan, come on down here. But thank you for contributing to the channel. Tooth Fairy in the house. I know her real name. I know her phone number. I know her real email address and the fake ones that she uses. And her and Dominique got together like about a week ago. Woo-hoo! I've talked with Tooth Fairy one time for about 3 hours. That girl, woo, she can talk. And when she opened her mouth, ooh, you better be ready for what's going to come out. Welcome, Liston Henry. Good morning, Bill. I here again today for another great live stream. Stephen, Liston, thank you so much. In the house, Bill. Oh, look who is here. Dominique in the house. Dominique, I've been thinking about you all week. I'm going to send you an email. She is in Guanajuato. I've done a video on Guanajuato. I really want to say Guanajuato is my favorite city in Mexico thus far. It's hopping. It's beautiful. And she's there for 2 months. She was leaning towards moving to Morelia. But girl, if you're going to be in Guanajuato for 2 months, I bet you may never, ever leave there. Crazy Boy Radio, good morning to you and Ola from my middle name, Dallas. I'm volunteering and listening to you. God bless you. Of course, it is election week. Tuesday is the big day. I'm not going to talk about it too much. People get angry with me when I talk politics or religion, but go Kamala. I think she's going to come through. I think she's definitely going to come through. God bless Kamala, and God bless all you people volunteering for the cause. Okay, for another great live stream, G. Fontaine. Buenos dias, Bill and friends, Holly included from the Hudson Valley, New York. Happy to see you here. And Cassie Davis, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. That'll buy Holly some fentanyl and some beer. I got to keep that girl off the streets. Good thing abortion is legal here in Mexico, because that girl, she just be out all in the street, whoozy floozy. That girl loose as a cannon. Lola's Vow coming to Mexico in December. Can't wait until I'm there. And let me say this: if you're new to the channel, first of all, if you're new and this is your first time here, I'm Bill the Geek. I've lived in Mexico for almost 20 years. February will be 20 years. So I've run into immigration issues. I've had different kinds of visas. I've lived in Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, Chapala, Ajijic, Mazatlan. Now I'm in Morelia. also lived in El Arenal, which is between Tequila and Guadalajara. I've lived in the country next to cows and horses. I've lived in the middle of big cities. And this is not my show. I always have content. I got a bunch of video clips to share with you this morning. But if you're new here, my job is to inform and share the joys of living in Mexico. It's a very wonderful, joyful, and lovable place to be. I love Mexico so much. The people are so honest and loving and hardworking. It's fabulous. Every day, if you come with the right mindset, Mexico is fabulous each and every day. And Lola, morning to you, Lola. And we got Wayne in the house. Hola, Bill from Chi-Town. Got to get back to vote. Okay, right on. You go. Jeff can't support Kamala. It's Kamala supporters. That's fine, Jeff. Go away. Go away. Go with dictator, orange, Jesus, Donald Trump. If that makes you happy, right on. If you want to be in a Nazi suit and them taking away all the people of color, go do that. That's fine. Brian Maiden. Oh, Brian, always glad to see you in the house, Brian. I hope you're feeling better after your you've had a rough 2 or 3 weeks, but Brian's been with us almost for every live broadcast for like 3 years. Let's see. Okay, Matt Brazelton. Good morning, Matt, and everyone. I think he is in Ahihi from Oregon. And I'm not going to talk football today, but if you've been with me for a while, you know I'm a big Ohio State Buckeye fan. And Penn State is going to play Ohio State today, number 3 versus number 4. Stay tuned. Tanya is in the house. Woo! Good morning. A new subscriber saw you all on the Mexico Relocation Guide. I'm still in Seattle, but working on getting there. Tanya, welcome. Ask any questions. Mariana, the Mexico Relocation Guide is fantastic. Mariana is fantastic. I communicated with her just this week via WhatsApp. And good luck with your move down here. I love Mexico. It's fabulous. And look who is here. Ciao, everyone. Nice to see you, Bill. Yeah, I got to talk to you, girl. Are you in Italy now? Deep Think Now, my vote has been placed, and she not a dictator. No, she not. She not. Deep Think Now, she not dictator. He be dictator. She not dictator. I'm off. I'm like Superman. Truth, justice, and the American way. I'm Superman. Tooth Fairy. Election day is upon us. Folks, please vote. Your ballot should be in by now. It's a crucial election, a matter of good and evil. Good and evil. Vote Kamala. Right on, Tooth Fairy. Great to have your words. And we got Rick James, his wife in the house, Mary Jane. Woo, make me want to sing and dance. Yeah, okay. Well, let's get with some content. My first major content on my list, I think the peso versus the dollar is like at a 3-year low. I'm going to say about a month ago, my rent was about $467 a month. But as of this morning, my rent has gone down to $437 a month. That's like a $30 drop. It's at 20.28 pesos to the dollar. And that, hey man, that makes living really good. That makes a living. I mean, that's what the peso value was when I was living in Puerto Vallarta, like about 10, 12 years ago. My rent's going down. Maybe around Christmas time, my rent will be about $300 a month, you know. But anyway, if you're coming down to visit, you're coming down to live, the peso's dropping like a rock. I'm going to put out a video out on that this week. Okay, what else is on my list? This week, I took a trip. Thank you to Bill, you're hot. I saw the interview with Mariana. Mariana does a very good editing job. Brian Maiden, I enjoyed your video with Mexico. Thank you very much, Brian. They do an excellent job there. This week, I did take a trip, and I went to this place. It's in the middle of the map. It's called Quiroga. And that is, you can see Morelia up there, and it's a straight. I took the bus, and the bus line is called Flecha Amarilla. Flecha Amarilla, which in English means yellow arrow. Yellow arrow. The yellow arrow bus line goes right there. It takes about an hour and 10 minutes to get there. And you can see it's it's right next to that blue lake on the left-hand side. That's Lake Pátzcuaro. And you can see the city of Pátzcuaro at the bottom of the map. And most people would say, well, Quiroga, who cares about Quiroga? Quiroga is actually a very important city, though the population is only about 30,000 people. But if you go and visit and look around, when you're there, it seems like there must be about 100,000 people or more in the city. It's a very hustle and bustle town. And I did my research on the city of Quiroga, and this is what rocked my world and said that I had to go. It's because it was founded by this guy, Vasco de Quiroga. Vasco de Quiroga. He was, of course, with the Spanish. And when he was in Spain, he was a judge. He was a lawyer. But, of course, he was a priest also. And he was the first bishop of the state of Michoacan, which is the state that I live in. So Vasco de Quiroga, he didn't like the way that the indigenous people were being treated when the Spanish came to Mexico. He hit the ground in Mexico in about 1531. And he didn't like what was going on. He didn't like the murder, the torture, how they were torturing people to convert to Catholicism. And so what he did is he went to various towns around Quiroga, and he tried to find out what skills people had in the towns. And he went to 13 different towns. They call them pueblos here. And he tried to develop those skills. We did a video on Santa Clara del Cobre. That's like the copper town. And he helped them go forward with developing copper goods. He went to Zinzunzan and helped them develop their skills with pottery and ceramics. We also did a video on Zinzunzan. Pátzcuaro, the woodwork capital. Quiroga, wood carving. Paracho, stringed instruments, especially guitar. The list goes on. There are 8 more cities that I am not displaying now. I might go to Paracho this week to see their guitars this week. And each and every one of these cities, they have annual festivals. I missed the Pachuaro. I missed the Pachuaro. Let me go back so I can say that correctly. The Paracho. I missed the Paracho. One of my neighbors told me about the guitar festival where it's a full weekend of just guitars and music. I might go there Tuesday of this week and shoot a video, but that's what I did this week. And let me scroll down here. I got some images. So I'm on the bus. It's a beautiful bus ride. And this is also what I love about Mexico. I've been fortunate in Mexico to always live around beautiful mountains. From my apartment window, I can look out the window and see beautiful mountains like you're seeing in the background. Everything is beautiful and green. And we drive along and you'll see these fabulous rock formations that just show up out of nowhere. I just love it. So going back, very peaceful. But I'm going to tell you something. I tell you what, the bus ride back, at what I left Quiroga. I left Quiroga around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was like 72, 74 degrees outside. I had on a t-shirt, but I had 3 hoodies in my bag. I mean, I was dressed. I mean, I had all this and more in my bag, and I got in the bus, and the bus is an hour bus ride. And in the bus, it must have been about 50 degrees. I was freezing. I had to put on all 3 hoodies and a snow cap because it was freezing in the bus for an hour. Big tip for this Saturday is if you ever get on any kind of bus or an airplane in Mexico, have a serious, almost like a winter jacket. You'll see a lot of Mexicans getting on the buses in Mexico, and they have wool blankets. It might be 85 degrees outside, and they're getting on the bus with a wool blanket. It's like, well, what's going on? Because in the bus, man, them bus drivers crank that air down. I don't know. I almost froze to death on the way back. But I had a great time just walking around the town, and it's filled with shops. And the funny thing about these shops, they have all kinds of leather works, hand woven. Look, I mean, you know, all that is natural, real leather. Everything is very inexpensive. I have many clips, but you know, there's just a lot of stuff to buy. It almost looks like a tourist town, and it is a tourist town. But and look at the people eating the food. I'm gonna get to that part. The carnitas. Somebody said last week, "Oh, you got to go there for the carnitas." All kinds of hats and boots and leather jackets. But the thing about Quiroga is the tourists come from all over Mexico. I didn't see any gringos. I didn't see a single gringo. In fact, I'm going to put out a video. I'm going to put out a video this week on my visit. Not a single gringo. So all of the shops that you saw were developed by and made for Mexicans that come to visit there. It's a great day trip. And I have a clip of the carnitas, me eating a carnita, which I'll show in a few minutes. But, oh, and it was good. They're cooking this pork out on the street. It's fabulous, super tender and tasty. I could have eaten about 15 of them and just laid out in the street and just fall asleep in the street. The carnitas. It's worth a trip to Quiroga just to eat the food. I'm telling you, man, it's awesome. So let's get back to comments. Let's see if anybody has anything to say here. Go back over here. Click this button here. Oh, okay. Did you have the carnitas in Quiroga? Yes, I did. And also La Dolce Vita. You asked me what was the bus line that goes from Morelia to Pátzcuaro, because all the bus lines, some of them have specialty areas that they go to, and the bus line, I think it's called like Pure Cucha. I think I have this time I saved the bus tickets just for you. I'm gonna take a WhatsApp image and send you the name on the bus ticket. But I think it's called like Pia Rucha, something like that. I'm gonna run back here and get a bus ticket. Give me a second. Woo! Okay, yeah. Yeah, La Dolce Vita, this is for you. The bus line is called Puque Pechas. Puque, that's Purhepechas, which makes reference to the culture in Michoacan that existed for hundreds of years before the Spanish showed up. But that's a bus line. You can go to Terminal B at the bus station and catch them there. Dominique, great interview. Thank you so much, Dominique. R. Skeep. So where you escaping dating black women? That's very interesting. Do you know English? Do you know the difference between were and where? Let me know. Okay, Ms. Matthews. Ms. Matthews, great to see you again. This is my hometown girl. She's broadcasting from Columbus, Ohio. Go Bucks. Adam in San Pancho in La Casa. Always like your hoodie count. I tell you what, man, I don't like being cold. I get chilly. But the good thing about being here versus in what is that place? Mazatlan is I don't have to spend money to adjust to room temperature. Ola from Dallas. Ola Bill from Dallas. What happened here? What am I doing? What happened? Oh, everyone, click. We got 55 people in the house. Click the like button. Thank you, Katrina the Maker, very much. Grazie. Yep. Back in Italy to my little mountain home. Let's put this out. I'll see if that is it going to show. There you go. Here. There you go. Right there. That's the bus line. That's the bus line right there. There you go. Brian, funny to see you dressed with hoodie jacket. Here I'm at home in Winnipeg, sitting in -1, and that's centigrade too. So that's like, what's that? That's like 31 30 degrees in Fahrenheit, with shorts on and with t-shirt and no socks. So you go, boy. And we have the only fabulous Kimberly Cook in Mazatlan. And Kimberly Cook she does real estate in Mazatlan. And she has helped many of my subscribers buy homes in Mazatlan. She does that for a living. She's helped many of my subscribers find apartments in Mazatlan. And you can find all of her content information if you visit buildgeek.org. And she didn't pay me to show you this I don't make any money if she sells houses or rents an apartment. But you can find all of her contact information at buildgeek.org. Go to FAQs and just scroll down to Mazatlan. You'll find her. It's alphabetical order. Mazatlan Real Estate. You'll find her email. She's with Remax, I think. You'll find her email, her phone number, all that good stuff. She works hard. She's very friendly. She knows Mazatlan like the back of her hand. And she's a Canadian. She's a Mexican Canadian. Woo! Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Let's go back to comments over here. You're very welcome, Kim. It's all true. She does a great job. She does a great job. So let's show some more videos briefly here. Let's show some more videos. Let's come over here. Click that button. Oh, okay. So we're in Quiroga and more Main Street, but this is about 11:30. I'd say this is worth a day trip. I asked around. You can rent 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, fully furnished, for $300 to $400 a month. And you're about a half an hour from Pátzcuaro. You're about an hour from Morelia. People are very friendly here. And of course, it's definitely worth a day trip. I could live there. In El Centro, they have 2 big churches, of course, as the Spaniards did in every town, after they tortured the people and took away their original religion. Many of these cathedrals are built over pyramids. Not this one, though. And this place is in the middle of Mexico. How do the Spanish come to the middle of Mexico and build something like this in like the mid-1500s? And what's fabulous about this particular church, which is right off of the plaza, is the ceiling. And the ceiling is just spectacular. A spectacular ceiling. Whenever you see a cathedral in Mexico, it's always worth a trip inside. If you're a male or a female, be respectful and always take off your hat. I had on a ski cap. I took that off. I've been into cathedrals with my baseball cap. I take my baseball cap off. And here's a sign. Here's a sign. I'm going to show you this pharmacy. It's all over Mexico. And of course, they have one here. And it's called Farmacias Similares. And in English, that means pharmacy similar. That means they do knock off. That means generic drugs. That means whatever you buy at a big pharmacy. I'm going to turn that off for a second. That means whatever you buy at a big regular pharmacy, you're going to go in there and you're going to get like 66% off. And what cracks me up is the little line below Farmacias Similares, lo mismo pero más barato. That means the same but more cheap. That's what it means. The same for more cheap. You get the same stuff, but it is cheaper. So I'm in there. I'm into town. I'm right off the plaza. If you take the bus there, the bus Flecha Amarilla is going to drop you off on the edge of town. So you're going to have to walk. Just stay on the main street, walk about 3 or 4 blocks, and that's going to take you to the plaza in El Centro. I asked some lady how to get there, but I got to the plaza, and they have a lot of dogs. A lot of dogs just hanging out. And look, the dog look pretty healthy and peaceful. And, of course, today is Day of the Dead. That is a La Katrina. There's another town close to where I live. It's called Coppola, I think. I want to go there maybe this week. There's the plaza. Okay. And there were a lot of dogs just laying around. I think the people just feed them. Check out this dog. Check out this dog and where he is laying. Now, I'm going to show you the dog. He's sleeping, but as we look through this clip, you're going to see where the dog is, and he's totally happy and tranquil exactly where he is. Let's check him out. Nope, not that one, this one. Okay, check the dog out. He's right on the corner. He's sleeping. Right there, right above him, that is the main drag. Hundreds of cars driving back and forth on the main drag. He's on a corner, and just hundreds of thousands of people walking by him, and he's just on the corner sleeping. And I had to take some pictures of these are dogs in the plaza. And look, they look chubby kind of. They don't look skinny and bony. They may have like some skin elements like this next one. But look at his tummy. Look, he is not skinny and bony. People be feeding him. So I would say that this trip is definitely, this is on the plaza, lots of restaurants. There's another dog. Hi. Lots of dogs. And you can see the place is very clean. And the carnitas were fabuloso. And of course, the town is preparing for Day of the Dead. I was here on Wednesday of this week. These shots were taken around 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the morning. I have more clips here on the plaza. From the information I got, this monument, for my research, said it's dedicated to Vasco de Quiroga, but that's not what the little plaque said, and that doesn't look like a guy up at the top. Maybe it is a guy at the top. I got more. Here we are on the plaza itself, and look at all the people walk around. This is around 11 o'clock, 11:30 in the morning on Wednesday. And it's a lot of people. There were a lot of people on the main street, La Katrina, whatever you want to call them, getting ready for Dia de los Muertos. They say if you want to do Dia de los Muertos, that this is a good place to go, and I'm not done. I'm not done. I got more video clips. I'm going to show them soon. Okay, we got people, and if you're new here, if you're here for the first time, like Tanya, we get together every Saturday morning, about 60 of us. Sometimes there's 80, and we all get together and share the love with each other. So come in, let your hair down, ask questions, leave comments. So we all love life. But anyway, okay, let me see what I missed here. Tooth Fairy. Have you seen clips from Trump's Klan rally held at Madison Square? They went buck wild with retarded Elon Musk calling Kamala the C word. Of all places, New York City. Yes, I did see that. And it was a trip because they had their opening statement was, if you didn't see it, I mean, you know, I didn't bring it up. Tooth Fairy brought it up, but I'm a news junkie. And if you want to see real news, watch the Midas Touch. But the opening speaker was this comedian, and he just came out and said, you know, there's this floating pile of garbage in the middle of the ocean. It's called Puerto Rico. I mean, that's Donald Trump talking. Then he went on to talk about how much black people like watermelon. I don't know. To some people, that's a lot of people are still going to vote for Donald Trump after they hear that. You know, that's one reason I don't live in Mexico. That's one reason I don't live in the United States. That's just racist and crazy. But yeah, I watched all of that, and more came out this week. Ooh, whatever. Ola Temple Moore. Buenas, loved your interview. Was great to see you kept it. Thank you so much. Wonderful, beautiful Temple Moore. Thank you. Haha, Brian, you remind me of the Canadian snowbirds wearing shorts all winter in the Palm Springs, and that's locals crying because it's below 70. Yeah. When I lived in New Hampshire, a lot of people in New Hampshire in January, people from New Hampshire are walking around in shorts. Of course, they have a nice hats, serious winter jackets, and serious boots, but they're wearing shorts. Canadians, they're crazy. Area correction. Dominique, have you noticed our friend has been missing as the election gets closer? Yeah, the boy is showing up to speeches and nobody's there. Only the police. Yeah, only the police are showing up. They're just waiting for the election, for him to lose the election. Then the boy going to jail. La Quiroga dogs are big. I was surprised. Yeah, big dogs. No little peewee dogs. Plump bodega doggies. Lenora Wilson. Good morning, everyone. I'm late to the. Yeah, you late, girl. If you late, no date. La Dolce Vita. Ciao. Are you in the Alps? I've been drooling over Martin Dollard stone cabin renovations there for over a year. I'm very far from the Alps in the sunny south. La Ca. Okay, cool. Campania region. We got people from all over the world. We got Italy in the house, Canada in the house, the United States in the house. We got Mexico in the house. Brian Maiden, that is sure disgusting and uncalled for. Yeah, that language is just terrible. That's yeah. But election is almost here. It's almost here. Nice. Love that area of Italy, and Dominique has traveled the world, but let's just share a few more clips. Okay, here we go. People eating. Now look at all of these people, no gringos. This is about noon on a Wednesday, and this isn't even a lot of people yet. Look at all these people chowing down, eating the carnitas. You know, they're eating so much food, they're not even looking at my camera. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people chowing down. Okay, now if you want to see a lot of people eating, here we go. This is right off of the plaza, right off of the main drag. This is at noon. You don't see any gringos in here, not one. These people have come all over, and we're going to show you the people selling the meat. And they're cooking pork right in here, and they're off. This lady, she's saying, "You want to taste it? You want to taste some? Here, taste it. Yeah, taste some. It's good." Look at all these people. This is Wednesday at noon. I tell you, I don't know if I would want to live here. I could live there. It's 30,000 people. It would be very inexpensive, I think, to rent or to buy a home in this community. No gringos. I didn't see one gringo. I was there for a full day. Okay. Oh, here we go. Plaza. Here we go. We go back to the plaza. And notice how nice. And this is just a block away from where all of the people were eating. And these baskets, they have a town that makes baskets. All of these towns, another dog laying there. Very peaceful, yet lots and lots and lots of people. Everybody super friendly. Everyone treated me fabulous. Look at that. Look at how clean it is. And this is what I really love about living in Morelia, because there are scores. I mean, literally, there are scores of these cities within an hour and a half of Morelia. Here we go. And then if you get a little bit away from the center of town, El Centro, the plaza, and then the cathedral, then you get to the side streets. And a realtor in Mexico told me about 12 years ago, she said, in Mexico, you never know what you're going to see when you open the door of any building in Mexico. You never know what you're going to see, because you look down these streets. Oh, now this is, I'm putting out a full video. It'll come out Monday. There will be much more videos. You have woodwork in here. People cooking pork and chicken and cow meat. I know that Tooth Fairy loves all kinds of meat, fresh vegetables right from the farm every morning. But let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the stuff where the carnitas come from. If you're on the main drag, here's what you're going to see right off the plaza. Look at that big pile of pork. They have like 5 of these guys out here. And he's just, look at him. He's just offering people free tacos, free carnitas, so that they'll taste some, see how good it is, and then they'll buy some. Maybe they'll buy a kilo. Maybe they'll buy 2 kilos. That would be a lot. Cook it up. Look at that dog. And I think that's why here's another guy. Okay, now I'm going to put this next guy on. This has audio, so I can't talk in the background, but listen to this guy. Listen to what he tells me. Listen.
De chamorrito. Hola, buenos días. Bienvenidos. Where are you from?
Morelia.
Morelia. What's your name?
Memo.
Memo. Welcome, Memo. Welcome.
Welcome, Memo. Welcome.
So the guy gives me the taco. Here's a picture of the taco he gave me. There you go. There it is. Right there. And that was for free. He put some of that pork in that fresh, warm taco. And I'm going to tell you, man, that's one of the best things I've ever eaten in my entire life. I mean, I got to rank that right up there with king crab legs. I love some king crab legs, but that was awesome. The thing is, it's pork and it was a little greasy. So right after I ate it, my stomach kind of said, don't eat any more of this because it's pork. And I love spare ribs. I mean, I love some spare ribs, but if I eat spare ribs and they're really good, if I eat them today, tomorrow my body's going to be telling me things, okay? And, but it was awesome. It was awesome. It's truly worth a trip to Quiroga. I'm going to mess that up. But it's to Quiroga, just to get one of those carnitas. They're fabulous. Okay, now here we go. Johnny Williams in the house. Good morning, Bill. Wishing you a great day. Sorry I'm late. We're just happy that you could make it and join us this morning. You're always welcome. Tanya, love it. Thank you. I was adopted, but indigenous Puerto Rican. Okay. So yes, big reason why I want out of here. I'm adopted and it's time to explore my Hispanic side. If I could leave today, I would. And Tanya, I love Mexico so much. And every week, and you folks that have been with us here in the family over the last, we'll be doing this for 4 years on January 27th. January 27th is the end of our 4th year. And now that I live in Morelia and I'm going to these small towns almost every week, I just show up. I'm by myself. Nobody even looks at me funny. A couple of people, I'm going to say 1 out of every 5,000 people looks at me like, what are you? 1 out of 5,000. But all the other people, they don't know what I am. They don't care what I am. They don't categorize me. I love Mexico. It's just the love down here. You can, and on my list of things to bring up today, is I've only been in this apartment in Morelia for 4 months. I moved here from Mazatlan after living there for 2 years. So I walk 5 days a week. And so now I've come down to, and this may sound really messed up what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say I really don't want to get to know people like very well. I don't want my neighbors coming over unexpectedly, like every day of the week at different hours, and they tell me about their families and everything. I really, I'm just happy to say hello. And so when I was walking this week, I counted and I said hello to 20 other walking people and people that I know that are my neighbors that are in cars driving by. And I said hello 20 times in 1 hour. And now, and when I first got here, I said on a broadcast that, well, Morelia isn't as friendly as Morelia, but now that all of my neighbors, they've seen me more than 3 or 4 times, people get more friendly and more friendly each and every day. I love Mexico. It is a hoot. And Matt Brazelton, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. This is a lifetime experience for me. I love Mexico. I love sharing the joys of living in Mexico. It's fabulous down here. I want to keep on doing this. I want to grow the channel, go more places, share more experiences. And for people that are looking for a new life, a new loving, peaceful life, everywhere that I shoot videos, even though the towns may be small, they all have high-speed internet, and you can watch cable TV all day. You can watch all your favorite situation comedies in English if you want to. You can watch all the sports that you want to. Or you can watch news shows and all. I've kind of given up on CNN and Fox and stuff like that. All of my news comes from YouTube. I do the Midas Touch. There are so many sources of information from around the world where you can get updated on the latest happenings like every 10 minutes. It's amazing. All these sources from all over the world. Screw the NBC, ABC, CBS. They can only go so far. If they tell the real truth, all their shareholders will be very upset because they will lose money. But anyway, Matt Brazelton from Ahihi via Oregon, thank you for contributing to the channel. Dominique, making me hungry for carnitas. Had the best I've ever eaten here in Guanajuato. Guanajuato has awesome food. And Dominique, I forget where it was, but they have a Thai restaurant. It's all Thai food. I forget where it was, but it's off the main plaza, but it's there. Ask the people, where's the Thai food? Tanya, I'm so hungry right now. You go ahead, be hungry, girl. Brian Maiden, are you filming with your glasses? On this trip, I had my glasses on, but I didn't need them. Nobody was giving me the funny look like, oh, nobody was giving me the funny look like, oh, what's the black dude doing taking videos? When I get the look that says, what's the black dude doing taking videos of me? Maybe we should kill him. Once I get that look, then I start using the glasses. But nobody was screwing with me. I didn't seem to be offending anybody. So I didn't use the glasses. On this trip, I had them on. They were battery ready, a button away, and I could have been taking videos. There you go. I love that place. País Bonita. Pretty country. Pretty country. Yeah, I love that place. Dominique, that's right. Looking inside of the buildings here in Mexico is always wonderful adventure. And let me say it again. Yeah, there's a lot, like anywhere on the planet, there's a lot of crime in Mexico, just like other places. And after I lived with Canadians for 2 years in Mazatlan, and they were talking about some of these people from these various places in Canada were talking about all the crime, which I was astonished. I didn't think there'd be any crime in Canada for some reason. But okay. So I'm going to say almost every Mexican that rents or owns property will disguise the property from the outside as an ugly place. Or as a maybe not ugly, but simple, very simple, because you don't want to have a lot of glitz and glamour outside of your house. That lets all the people that want to rob stuff lets people know, rob me. That's what you're doing. When you get into that glitz and glamour stuff, you're just saying, rob me. Okay. So if you have your place look like crap on the outside, you're good to go. But when you go inside, and I've been into places in Puerto Vallarta, Guadalajara, Mazatlan, where you walk, and some restaurants are like this. You open the door and you walk in. It's like Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz when her house lands in the land of Oz, and she opens the door, and all of a sudden everything goes from black and white to pure color and all these fabulous things. That's what many of these homes are like. So I'm just saying, we got David, my neighbor, in the house. Hola to David, who gave me the tip last week and said, Bill, you got to try the carnitas in Quiroga. Yeah, David, I just showed some clips of that. All right, Stephen, Kansas City. Hola. Is there a lot of pastry and fresh bread in their markets along the street? Something in the line of French bread. Okay, let me say, I left out in the video I'm going to release on Quiroga this week. It'll probably come out Monday. I included the fresh bread. Lots of fresh bread. And for those of you that have been to Mexico and eaten the fresh bread is fabulous in Mexico. And I'm spoiled, so I like my Mexican bread warmed up with fresh butter. You put some fresh butter on some fresh, warm Mexican bread, and you eat some of that, you might have an orgasm. You better have a condom on if you eating fresh Mexican bread with some butter on it. Woo-hoo! But yeah, lots of that in the street, fresh. And Jamie, beer for Bill. Amen to you, brother Jamie in Montreal. He know how to share the wealth. You want to see hungry? I got more food images. I'm Bill the Geek. A part of being Bill the Geek and sharing the joys of living in Mexico is talking about that food. And when Brian Pretty Boy Maiden get hungry, woo, you know I'm showing the right pictures. Ha. I love me some. No, you don't. I love me some carne. That means meat. Especially alguno cerdo. You're a vegan. Carne cerdo. That means puerco, which means pork. Girl, you don't eat that stuff. You lying. You just flat out lying. Yeah, hi, Bill. I'm enjoying your video as always. What was the name you gave to the taco guy? How do you keep warm in your place? What was the name you gave to the taco guy? I do not understand that question. I don't think I gave him the name, my name. Okay, so he asked me, what is your name? Well, I think he was a little shocked at my responses because the first thing he said is, "Where are you from?" And I think he expected me to say from like Jamaica, Cuba, United States, something like that. But I said, "I'm from Moravia." And you could see his face. His face was like, "What? You're Moravia?" If this was black, if this was black man YouTube, I would use the N word because black people amongst themselves when they start having fun, they be using the N word in plentiful. And I would say N word. N-word, oh, he would have said, N-word, you ain't from Moravia. Where are you really from? Okay. So I think that really threw him off. But then when he asked my name, I told him Mamo. Mamo is from the word Guillermo. So Bill is from the word William. In Spanish, William is Guillermo. So Bill in Spanish is Mamo. And I use the word Mamo as much as I can in Mexico because most Mexicans can't pronounce my name, Bill. It's Bill. If I tell them my name is Bill, they say, "Oh, Bill, 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 Bill." And Bill in Spanish, translated appropriately, means like vile, nasty. Bill, Bill, Bill. It's not Bill. Most Mexicans can't say Bill. It's just not. There aren't any words like that. So if a Mexican asks me, "What is your name?" I say Mamo. They can say Mamo. It's a common name. That's where how do you keep warm in your place? In the daytime, I don't have to worry about staying warm. I can walk around in here butt naked. It's totally warm from about 1 p.m. to about 6 p.m. Outside of those hours, I just wear very long sweatpants, maybe 3 pairs of socks, and a couple of hoodies. Midas Touch is great. Good morning, Chris in Chicago. A friend of my other friend in Chicago. And Midas Touch is great. I strongly suggest the Midas Touch. They give you lots of information based upon facts. Attorneys just giving you information with documentation from financial statements and real video clips. The Midas Touch is and the Midas Touch gets more views than CNN or the Fox, and they have no investors. It's just like 5-6 attorneys coming out with facts. Yep. Tooth fairies, ladies, the men down here are unbelievable guapo. Ha, ha, ha. Okay, you went there, Tooth Fairy. You went there. Tooth Fairy says that the ladies, the men down here are unbelievable guapo. And guapo means handsome. Guapo, that is the masculine term for handsome. Guapa is what you would call a woman. And you ain't lying, Tooth Fairy, just like the handsome men down here in Mexico, they got some hot chicks. And last week, after the broadcast, it ends up my neighbor right across the hallway. I open this door, I see her door. Her name is Monsi. And this woman is hot. I've been here for 4 months. I think that's the first time I saw her. Maybe I saw her for the first time a couple of weeks ago for a second. But she came out and she invited me to go to a festival. I finished the broadcast. I saw her coming out. I said hello. I told her sorry, but I go live sorry for the noise starting from 9 to 11. And so we're both walking out. I'm going to a festival. Do you want to go? I said, well, I can't right now because I couldn't. And then she said, they have the festival tomorrow. You want to go tomorrow? I mean, my building is filled with hot, young Mexican women driving BMWs and Audis. And when I was in Quiroga, lots of hot, beautiful women. And I'm not looking for no woman because, you know, I'm just not. I've been there, done that. I'm leaving alone, you know, until the miracle happens, until the super miracle happens. And what's the super miracle? I'm gonna tell you what the super miracle is. When I'm walking down the street and this hot, beautiful woman, all of a sudden she's surrounded by this big white glowing light, and she starts floating up in the air. And then I hear voices coming from all around her, these voices. And then I see angels behind the white light, like 20 of them, 20 angels floating around behind her and her big white light. And these voices are saying, Bill, this is your woman forever, and she's pure. She's the one. Yeah, uh-huh. When that happens, then I'll get back with the woman thing. But until that happens, I ain't doing nothing. I ain't touching nothing, ain't doing nothing. Oh, saw that Thai restaurant. Yeah. Now, the Thai food, Dominique, wasn't like perfect Thai food, but it was really good. I could have sat there and ate Thai food all day. Good morning from Chicago. Chris, thank you so much for contributing to the channel, helping me pay the rent. This is this is my lifelong hobby, making videos about the joys of living in Mexico and talking to you guys. I love doing this. And also I do want to say, okay, now, I try to edit what I'm going to say, but living in Morelia, Mazatlan was okay. Puerto Vallarta was okay. Guadalajara was okay. But I love Morelia. I just love the people here. I love it because there aren't hardly any tourists from Canada or the United States. It's almost all Mexican people. But I love that it's in the middle of Mexico, and living in the middle of Mexico, that means I can make a trip in one day. I was telling Dominique this. I can make a trip in one day, get up early in the morning, be on a bus at 7 a.m., be back here by 6 a.m., shoot the videos. There's so much around Morelia. I'm only like 3 hours from Mexico City. One day I'll make it there. But I love Morelia for that reason. I can just do these videos forever and ever and ever. I mean, but anyway, this is what I do. I just want to share the joys of living in Mexico. And Chris, thank you for contributing to the channel. And thank you everyone for being here. And let me add that if you're watching the rebroadcast and you want to contribute to the channel, just go to buildthegeek.org. I think I clicked the wrong button. And go to FAQs, and there's a picture on the front. You can click that. Or you can just go down into the description. There's a link down there, and you can click that. In any way you want to contribute to the channel, yeah, I mean, go ahead. This is what I do. Just trying to make whatever. But this is what I do. You know, I love Mexico. I want to share the joy. I still have more videos. To show. But okay. So I've been here 20 years. And I'm going to say Mexico is not for everybody. but I'm a free spirit. I have things to do. I'm not going to go down religion road or anything, but I've been studying religions from around the world since I was like 19. Buddhism, Hinduism, Hare Krishna, Course in Miracles. I've been reading this stuff. I get off on that. So if I'm not making videos, I'm reading about that stuff and doing little practice mechanisms and stuff. So I'm kind of like independent. I have cable TV in this apartment that comes with the apartment. I never watch cable TV. I'm going to watch Ohio State play football this afternoon, but I'm going to watch that on YouTube. I get all my information off YouTube. I'm very independent. I'm always reading and learning, and I'm connected to the universe. So if you're real social and you don't want to be around people that aren't your color or don't think like you politically, and you need like people just to be around, you got to be around maybe American people all 24/7. Maybe you got to be around family all the time. Well, or if you're not willing to start learning a new language, maybe Mexico is not the place for you. But I'm super happy. And when I first got here, when I first got here, I'm going to say for 4 or 5 years, maybe about 8 years, I was telling all my friends in the United States, oh man, come on down here, work online, be with the Mexican people. You'll enjoy it. You'll save so much money. And everybody just blew me off. It was like I was crazy. I was telling people how great Mexico is, and they were just blowing me off. They were thinking, you got to be crazy. Mexico, that's third world country. They don't have any technology down there. They don't drive BMWs or Mercedes down there. They don't have mansions down there. They don't have any culture down there. That's a third. All the people down there live in aluminum huts, and they didn't believe me. I've been talking about the joys of living in Mexico like forever, but I stopped doing it. So that's why I do what I do now. Mexico is fabulous. Oh, I want to talk about my computer in a second. Okay, Nancy, MSNBC is the only news that is worth watching most of the time. I agree with you totally, Nancy. Sometimes I will watch those clips. Thank you so much. I agree with you. Autumn Green in the house. It is autumn, or is it winter? I get confused. Tooth Favor. Midas Touch is phenomenal. I totally agree with you. Does Mexico have a lotto? Yes. Now, let me say this. You can go. I don't gamble. I don't play the lotto. Never have. I played it maybe like twice in my lifetime. But you can go into any of these little shops. They're called tiendas. And you'll see, like in the United States, you'll see those little rub off thingies. They look like this. Okay. You buy one of those and you scratch it and see if you want any money. They have those everywhere. Now, I don't know if they have a lotto, like a main lotto. I don't know. I don't gamble. I never will gamble. So I don't know. Ken Art, Ola, Bill, great to see you in the house. I hope all is going well with you. Brian Maiden, you're so funny. Hey, I got to keep Brian, I'm just trying to keep my job, man, keep my job, brother. Don't like it when someone uses the N-word. Yeah, I don't, me either. Especially if you're down in like Mississippi and it's the middle of the night and somebody's saying that to you like in 7-Eleven. That's when it really gets freaky. Steve Howard, hi Bill. I'd like to trade places in Mexico for Fort Lauderdale. 1 to 12 months. Do you know a source? Okay. Trade places. There are many. Do an internet search. Do an internet search. I would say I have something else to say. I will give people specific advice. If you look at my videos on how to find an apartment in Mexico, I have 3 videos on how to find an apartment in Mexico, how to choose a place to live in Mexico. Most of that involves using expat Facebook groups. And all you do, Steve, is, okay, let's say you're interested in living in Ajijic. I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just using this as an example. But Ajijic, they must have 10 or 15 expat groups. All you have to do is go to Facebook. You may not even like Facebook. I'm not a big Facebook fan, but I advertise on Facebook. I pick up subscribers from Facebook. Okay, some people know about my channel from Facebook expat groups. Okay, I'm not a big fan of Facebook, but they serve me a purpose for free advertising. So let's say you're interested in maybe trading someone a place to stay in Ajijic. Go to Facebook groups, search for Ajijic expat groups or Ajijic American groups or Ajijic Canadian groups. Find those groups, join those groups, and post in those groups that I live in Fort Lauderdale and I would like to trade with someone living in Ajijic for like 3 months, 2 months, 6 months, a year, your house for my house. That's what you do. If you don't want to do Ajijic, try Acapulco, try Puerto Vallarta, try Mexico City, try anywhere you want, but Merida, try all those places. You will find a place. I give advice. Some people follow, like, my advice might have 10 points to it, and then people will try like 1 point and not follow through on steps 2 through 10, and then they get real frustrated. I mean, you know, you got to research. If you want your life to be good, you got to do some research and follow through on it. Jack, the solar guy. Right on, Jack. Great to see you in the house. Why did you not choose to live in El Centro area of Mazatlan? What do you not miss about Mazatlan? Oh, okay. El Centro was much from what okay, so we're going back 2.5 years. From what I was finding price-wise in El Centro, the prices were much higher than where I lived, which was on the northern edge of Mazatlan. So when I moved into that area, my rent was about $650 a month. To live in El Centro was going to cost me maybe $1,000 a month, $1,300 a month, which is about twice as much what I was willing to pay. Though now I would tell, I knew some people that lived on the Malecon near El Centro, and they were paying $1,500 a month. I did a video on them, their fabulous apartment that overlooked the Malecon on the 8th floor of this complex. I would have much rather lived in that place. Oh, I can't remember the name of the place. I can see it, but I can't remember the name. But for $1,500 a month, that's like 3 times more what I wanted to pay or what I could afford to pay. So that's why I didn't. But for people, anybody that can afford the financials to get a visa in Mexico, almost anybody can afford a $1,000 monthly rent payment or $1,500. If you can afford a 1, 2, 3, 4-year visa or a permanent visa, you can afford to live in El Centro in Mazatlan, though I do have a permanent visa. But I just think that's crazy money. I think that's too much money to live anywhere in Mexico unless you got lots of money. So and that's one reason I moved away from Mazatlan, because now I'm paying like $437 a month, and my rent with the peso going up, my rent went from $650 a month to like $850 a month over a 2-year period. Screw that. Okay, what do I miss about Mazatlan? I don't miss. I'm going to say this from the bottom of my heart. Though Mazatlan is a great place, fabulous, wonderful, I don't miss anything. I don't miss anything about Mazatlan. Over the ocean, I went to El Centro like once a month. All generalities are false, but all the restaurants that were kind of available were made, the pricing was for expats. So you're going to pay like $10 for a cheeseburger. You're paying $10 US for a cheeseburger and French fries in Mexico? I don't think so. No, I don't miss anything about Mazatlan. I think it's great for a 3-night visit. And other than that, and I met a lot of wonderful Canadians. I never met so many Canadians in my entire life. Fabulous people. But other than meeting some really nice Canadians, I'm done. Gail, I long to visit and maybe live in Mexico. Watch all your videos, but I have 3 needy cats I love who are very attached to me. I'm in Canada and don't want to drive. Any suggestions? You can ship your cats down here. I think it's going to cost you to ship your cats, or find somebody that's driving down. That's the great thing about cats. You just put them in a little container. They may crap and urinate all over the little container, but they're not going to hurt anything. Have somebody else drive your cats down, or contact the airlines and fly down and see if you can come down with 3 cats. Ask the questions and see what happens. David, hey, Bill, probably later this month or early next month, it's going to get fairly cold at night. Oh, you're scaring me now, David. You're scaring me now. David lives here in Morelia. He's married to Maria. And he said last winter, some nights it gets down to like 38 degrees. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just now buying more cold weather clothing. I don't mind. I'll just have okay. You guys show up in December. You guys show up December live, January live. I might have like 10 hoodies on, right? You see steam coming out of my mouth when I'm talking. That's okay. I'm good. Robert, when that happens, you might be dead. Okay. Ms. Matthews from Columbus, Ohio, thank you, bless you for contributing to the channel. Go Bucks. May they beat Penn State today. Stephen, the red heart is the red heart is in my way. I don't understand that at all. Tooth Fairy. Ola, listen. Were you in El Centro for Day of the Dead festivities? Bill ask Bill to give you my email address so we can meet. Bienvenidos. That means welcome. Okay. Okay. Oh, well, there. Oh, Liston. That's Liston. Okay. Enjoy a cerveza on me. That is not a cerveza. $10 down here is 200 pesos right now. That buys me a 12-pack of Modelo Especial. Thank you so much. And Mary Jane. Uh-oh. Something just happened. Uh-oh, Mary Jane. I think I just deleted you from the channel. I didn't mean to, Mary Jane. I clicked the wrong button. I don't know. I'm sorry. But anyway, Mary Jane, thank you so much for contributing. Oh, no, here you are up here. Woohoo! Boy, I was scared about that. Mary Jane, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. I thought I deleted you. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks for sharing your name in Spanish. Memo. I hardly wear a sweater down here. I wear shorts in my house every day. I never wear a sweater in my house. I go to the gym with gym short. I have from New York City and Chicago. I rarely get cold. Good for you, Tooth Fairy. Do you use a space heater? David says, I will need one. I did use a space heater when I lived in Guadalajara and Chapala. Okay, now. Okay, we're moving on to food tips here shortly. It sounds nice. I imagine residency in Mexico for soft landing and estates are too tense. Not sure if I liked stone, cement floors in houses, whatever. And thank you, Lisa. Oh, we got Lisa down. Lisa, boy, that. I can't. I'm not even going to try to say the M word. But Lisa, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Earthly Color rent $1,007 on a 3-bedroom, 30-year-old crappy. What? No reason for that. 2 burgers, 2 fries, and 2 shakes. $38. That's no. David, haha. It's not going to get that cold. Thank you so much. David. Yes, Brian Fairbanks. Awfully cold. Everything is so expensive. Time to go. Time to move. Frank. Buena dia, Bill. Frank from Hollywood, Florida. Saludos to you. Earthly sounds like shit. Yeah, man. There's no reason to live. Paying all that money. That's just too much money. Oh, yeah. And then you got to, no. Oh, no way. And we have a new member, Johnny. Thank you for joining us. And feel free to join. You click the join button. I don't know. You can pay whatever you want every month. It's like $2, $5. Or better yet, become a member. You can put in your own monthly fee. But consider, if you join, consider donating like $10,000 a month. There you go. Become a member and donate about $10,000 a month. And there you go. Try that. But thank you for joining us. Ola from Alberta, Ken, Max Power. Ken, thank you for joining us. I do want to briefly talk about a video that I put up this week. And I'm not going to go too deep into it, but it does eating. I'm not going to go into a lot. Maybe some of you saw the video. But this week, I shared how I eat. Okay. Hold on a second. Here we go. Okay. I don't eat that much. So I try to keep eating very simple and very affordable. And so I made a video this week on how I eat, and I only spend about $23 a week. Okay, that's pretty good. $23 a week. That doesn't, I drink milk, and I did not include milk in my pricing, but I think it was last Saturday. Last Saturday, I just made stuff. And here you go. I made some quiche, that ground beef there. I just bagged it up to use it in tacos. I'm going to put those eggs on the right. In the quiche in front, those are barbecued chicken thighs. So 4 chicken thighs, and those are really big chicken thighs. 4 of them cost like $2.25. There's my quiche before I put the eggs in. Surprisingly, I used tortillas for the quiche shell, and I've got like 7 eggs in there. So I cooked all that up, and there is the ground beef. The ground beef was one of the most expensive thing. I thought that was like $4, but it's really good ground beef. And one baggie is 2 very healthy tacos. 2 very healthy tacos. And this stuff here, it's tomato, beans, onions, and some sauce. I keep that in the fridge all the time. And then these tortillas are fabulous. They come in like they're in their own Ziploc bag. So, and then I cook all this stuff in the air fryer. So like now I made all this last Saturday. I still have some ground beef yet. And so I take the tortilla. I like to eat my tacos hot. I take the tortilla and then I put it on some aluminum foil, and then I put the ground beef in the aluminum foil, and over the ground beef I put sharp cheddar cheese or provolone cheese, and then I put that in the air fryer for like 5 minutes, and then the tortilla starts to turn brown. It heats up the meat. The cheese melts, and then I get out my special sauce that you guys saw there with onions and tomatoes, maybe some garlic. And 2 of those tacos is almost too much for me to eat. If I'm going to eat the barbecued chicken breast, I'll have 1 chicken breast and maybe an avocado, or maybe 1 chicken breast and a chopped up tomato with some tortillas. And let me say that I used to be a big bread eater, and I'm just saying, I used to be a big bread eater. I don't even eat bread anymore. Maybe because I've been here for 19 years, but now I prefer tortillas to bread. And eating like this, it makes it very simple. I only eat when I'm hungry. I don't overeat. But that's what I'm living on right now. Tacos with beef tacos with cheese. Make some quiche. Let's go back to the quiche. Here's the quiche after I cooked it in the air fryer for about 45 minutes. You'll see a garlic clove, the great, and with the tortilla shells. I've been making quiche, but in Mexico you can't find. I've never seen frozen pie shells. Like, you can go to any grocery store and get frozen pie shells in the United States, but not here in Mexico. So, but there you go. So there you go. I'm going to eat 1 piece of that quiche, and then I froze those other 3/4, So there you go. Juicy with broccoli, onion, provolone cheese, and cheddar cheese, and a tortilla. And then I put it all. Now I haven't cooked that chicken yet, but those are chicken thighs, 4 chicken thighs for $2.25. There is my frozen ground beef, and there is my frozen quiche. So I can pull out some frozen quiche, and that's pretty much a meal for me, the frozen quiche. And here is the quiche before I froze it. Just a quarter with broccoli, cheese, onion, garlic, and warm that up for like 20 minutes. And those, you cut one of those suckers up. I put butter and salt on my quiche. Woo, it's to die for. I wouldn't ever show it to my neighbors. My neighbors would be knocking on my door all the time trying to get in here for the quiche. And my apartment always smells like garlic because I have fresh garlic cloves. So, why go out? I can spend $23 a day and eat. And also, now I'm going to say something else. But one of the joys of living in Mexico is being kind of healthy. So I still walk 5 times a week. And I walk uphill, downhill, uphill, downhill. When I first started, I've been here 4 months, 16 weeks ago. 16 weeks ago, walking up the hill was hard. Walking down the hill was easy. Up, down, up, down. Plus, also, I got to say that these women that I see walking, I didn't see women like this in Mazatlan. All the women I was seeing were over 70 years old, But I see all these young women looking hot, waving to me, saying hola, all that kind of stuff. Up, down. So now walking up and down the hill for an hour and 10 minutes isn't even hard. It's easy. Walking up my steps after 16 weeks is no longer difficult. I'm not breathing heavy. So, I'm just saying I like my eating habits and my exercise habits, and it just makes life more fun. And in Mazatlan, even though I was walking, I was getting a gut. It wasn't a big gut, but it was a gut. And my stomach is now almost flat. I almost have a flat stomach, and my butt was getting droopy below my butt. Skin was starting to hit skin back there. Now my butt is perking up like this. Ooh, it almost looks like a muscle. My butt is starting to look like a muscle. I like all of that. Yeah. So between the good eating, saving money, paying lower rent, all these hot chiquitas walking around, I would say the joys of living in Mexico are really coming to life. And for all of you that and for all you guys that join me on Saturday, I can share the love of living in Mexico and picking up new information on places to go and places to visit. Okay, Marco. We relocate to lower 48 next year. We miss sunshine. Max Power, hola, Brian Maiden. You need to be a millionaire to live there. I could never afford to live in those crazy prices. No way. No. You're right, Brian Maiden. Agreed, Brian. Last winter here are expecting blessings. And Brian Maiden, thank you so much, Brian Pretty Boy Maiden, for contributing to the channel again, as you have done so many times. Thank you for helping me with that. And that big Canadian money, that's a week's worth of food. Thank you. Is the water hard in Morelia? I'm going to say no, but you don't drink the water out of the faucet here. Nobody does that. Let me move my head. You can barely see my water bottle. It's pink to the left of the air dryer. That's 5 gallons. That cost me like about $2. And I shower in regular water. I don't know what's in it, but I shower in it, but I don't think it's hard. I have lived with hard water in Ohio. Tooth Fairy Yak. What is that? Comida. Ha 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 ha. Whatever. Now, hey, Bill, we went to the market the other day and I saw the biggest turkey I've ever seen. I can send you a picture of it if you want. And let's see something here. Let's see what we have. And Brian is talking about the market downtown. And if you come to Morelia, you want to go to this market. It's called Mercado Independencia. Mercado Independencia. It's huge. You can buy and this is so different than Mazatlan because Mazatlan has a huge market also, but half of it is junk. This is all food and clothing. I bought some really nice. This hoodie came from there. It cost me like $10. Really warm hoodie, but you can buy chicken and pork and beef and eggs and fresh vegetables like this. I'm going back either this week or next week to get some more hoodies and gym clothes. But what I really want to do, they have a bunch of restaurants in the market like this. Looky there. Whatever that was. Look at these people chowing down on fresh, real. Look at that stuff in those pots. Yeah, lady. Yeah, look at these people chowing down on real Mexican food. I want to go back. Now, this is the market that David is talking about right here. Look at that food, man. I'm going to go back, get some more hoodies. I'm going to sit down and eat. Look at that food, man. I'm going to sit there for maybe a couple of hours. Look at that fresh dough for fresh tortillas. That's what I'm talking about. And I might go back to the market. You know, they have now this is what you call authentic, fresh cooked Mexican cuisine. They got a bunch of restaurants down here. And you can buy the fresh fruits, fresh chicken, fresh pork, fresh beef, or pig's feet. There you go. I'm going to go down and get me some fresh pig's feet. Pig feet. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, going to that's the market that David is talking about. Okay, now let's see what's going on. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, Ray Garcia. Hola, Ray. I usually say Cancun is not Mexico. It's like Hollywood, inauthentic and for tourism. But some rural areas are third world, and Ray is so right. I went to Cancun like 40 years ago, and it wasn't Mexico, but I did go to the pyramid, Chichen Itza. And like Red says, so you're on the bus going to Chichen Itza from Cancun, and you see, I'm going to call these, they have these very economically challenged homes, some of them made of cardboard. I mean, it was a trip. But the doors are open, and in the doors you can see color televisions, and they have a disc, satellite disc on the top. See, yeah. But Cancun, I wouldn't spend $1 to go to Cancun. Ola Hawkins, great to see you're here. I've got to try the tortilla quiche. The tortilla, using tortillas as the shell in a quiche. First thing I did is I put some olive oil on the tin pan, spread that all around. Then I put in the tortillas, or soft tortillas. Then I put butter over, I smeared that over the tortillas to give it that buttery taste. And the next thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use tortillas to make lasagna. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Tortillas are a great substitute for pie shells. I make individual sized quiches and they're yummy. Right on. So people, you guys are way ahead of me. Bill, I didn't see any veggies in that freezer. I'm a veggie gal. No carne for me. You're looking good, Bill. Lenora, actually, I have a bunch of vegetables, but I don't keep them in the freezer. All of my broccoli, tomatoes, my potatoes, they're all in the lower portion of my refrigerator with my milk and cheese. That's why you didn't see it. Okay, now, recalls on beef eggs and plant-based smokes and onions. Whatever. Liston Henry, I was in Kapula. I want to go there. I want to go to Kapula either this week or next week. Zinzunzan and Kukuchucho Cemetery to see people decorating the graves and lighting the candles. I will reach the bill. Okay, very good, cool. Okay, water for showering and washing locks. Okie dokie. Dominique, love the restaurants in the Mercados. Yeah, the restaurants are the bomb. Fresh chemical. Oh yeah, fresh. I'm gonna say I don't know for sure, but if you go into the markets, almost all that stuff is right from the farm. The water here is not where I live now. Whatever. But I lived in a new apartment when I first moved here, and the water was really hard since the apartment was new. Jamie, wouldn't it be great event to have BDL party in Morelia? Rent a big Airbnb for a week and let Bill be our tour guide? Yeah, okay. Yes, pork hocks and beans with Canadian maple syrup. Thank you, Jamie. Buck stops here. Hola, Bill. And amigos, glad to catch the live stream. Buck, great to have you in the house. Ray Garcia, now there's a new trend, Maya 3-hour, new train. Maya 3-hour trip from Cancun to Chichen Itza Pyramids for about $30. 3 hours. It only took, when I was there, it only took like 45 minutes to get there on the bus. Yeah, thank you, yeah, for contributing to the channel to help me keep on making the videos. Thank you so much, each and every one. This is the first week in November. It's November 2nd. And for those of you that are living in the United States, remember that this evening you start daylight savings time. So and what they say, they fall backwards, which is kind of a pain in the butt for me, because when you guys fall backwards right now, when I do these broadcasts, I start at 9 a.m. my time, which is 10 a.m. Chicago time. So once you kooky nuts start going back to regular time, then I'll be broadcasting at 8 o'clock my time, which means now on Saturdays I get up to share time with you guys at 5 o'clock in the morning instead of 6 o'clock in the morning. And I still do teach computer classes. I teach a class tomorrow morning to a wonderful man in Florida. I've been teaching him for 12 years. I guess I'm not a good teacher, but so I'll be teaching him a class instead of at 7 a.m., at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. That's just one of the many joys of living in Mexico. Okay, now what's going on? Uh-oh, something. Okay. Buck stops here. Best part of Cancun area for me was Isla Mujeres. Historic pyramids, food, culture, and very friendly locals that do not haggle like they did everywhere else in the Cancun area. We started DLS, Daylight Savings Time, last week here in Italy. Dark at 5 p.m. now. Erg. Oh, great. Dulce Vita, we got to talk. I've been thinking about you because Dulce was here and we had breakfast. We had breakfast several times when we went on. She was here for a month. We had breakfast like at least 3 or 4 times. We'd get together at 10 a.m. in the morning, and we'd be at the breakfast table for like 5 hours. I stopped getting together with her because it was just like 5 hours for breakfast, but it was all fun. Very interesting person. Frank with a super sticker. Thank you so much, Frank, for contributing to the channel. The gift was my fellow Buckeye with the Nalgus Fair Mace. I don't know what that is. Keep up healthy living. Thank you, Yah. Thank everybody for showing up. Let me see what else is on my list. I did want to bring up, we had a thunderstorm yesterday afternoon. Sun was still out, and it rained really hard for like 30 minutes, and we had hail. I mean, like hail was, that hail. I'm talking hail, the white stuff. When you hear stuff hitting your windows, is going ting, 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 ting. That's how I could see it. But then after half an hour, it stopped. It was warm out. This week, I will be taking a trip. This week, I think I'm going to put out another video on the value of the peso. Okay. Yeah, wow. And La Dulce Vida, I think she might live here in Morelia. Firm buttocks. Yeah, but I'm working on the firm buttocks. So yeah, I'm working on it. And for what it's worth, I'm a Mac. I got to bring it up. I'm a Mac user. I've got this Mac right here that I'm looking at right now, but then I got my PowerBook right over here, and they're both totally rebuilt. But I use a lot of video. I've got a lot of video, and I used to keep it on my desktop projects and stuff. It's an iMac. It's been rebuilt. It's got brand new everything inside, but I had all these video projects on it. And so what I've been doing, and I've never done this before, but now when I edit video, I use Adobe Premiere and Camtasia Studio to edit videos. So now all my applications are on the hard drives, but all my videos, I keep them on external hard drives. So I just got this new external hard drive yesterday. It's 2 terabytes. 2 terabytes. I have 6 of these that I've used over the last 3 or 4 years. They're all full. So now when I bring in the video, I put it on the external hard drive. Then when I launch Adobe Premiere, I open the projects from the external hard drive. And now my iMac is much faster than it was before, and it keeps my iMac clean and fast. Just a little tip. if you're doing a lot of graphics work, video work, just have the application itself on the hard drive and edit from external drives and save to your external drives. And that's saving me a lot of pain and misery. Okay, now we're familiar with that here in Colorado Springs. It gets dark here. Yeah, 4:30. What a drag, but that happened when I lived in Guadalajara also. Yeah, okay, you guys. So I'm getting ready to head to the market. Not the real market. I'm going to La Comida. Yeah, La Comida, La Comer. I'm going to go to La Comer. I'm going to get a 6-pack of beer, get some fresh broccoli so I can make some quiche, watch some Ohio State football. But I will be putting up videos this week. I will be traveling this week. And Brian Maiden, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, showing up, leaving comments, being healthier than you were over the last 3 weeks, donating to the channel. Thank you so much, Brian. Thank you. And peace and love to all. Adios, everyone. Tanya, thank you for joining us. We're here every Saturday. Look at all these lovely people. Look at all these lovely people on the way out. Got to say hello, goodbye. But I'm getting ready to sign off. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We get together every Saturday and talk about the joys of living in Mexico on the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. Subscribers are not subscribers. Subscribers are family. And we get together and we talk and share the joys of living in Mexico. So for everybody out there, love you all. Thanks for coming and sharing your time and your comments and your donations to the channel. Good luck to everyone with the election coming up this Tuesday. May Kamala Harris do her job and get into the White House. God bless her. God bless everybody, man and woman, gnat and Chihuahua dogs and cows and horses and all fish and dolphins and whales. God bless everything in the universe. I'm Bill the Geek, and this is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel. We make videos about the joys of living in Mexico. I'm going to say adios. Hasta luego. And I'm going to add que te vaya bien. Love you all. Bye-bye.